this is Runa and you're listening to the Changemakers podcast, where we share tips, insight, tools and stories from other changemakers designed to motivate you to become the change you want to see in your world. Make sure you join our Changemakers community at runamagnus.com/podcast. And now, this is your time to sit back, relax and enjoy. My beautiful guest, Stephen Foster. He is the CEO of One Golden Nugget, collecting and sharing wisdom in one golden nugget. Basically, you just have to go to his website, www.onegoldennugget.com, and see all the wisdom that he has collected. In fact, as he shares in this podcast episode, way over 4,000 nuggets that they have shared so far. It's huge, and the nuggets are transformational. I had to get him as a guest on the Changemakers podcast because I believe it's with people like him where we can change the world with one golden nugget at a time, or busting through one box at a time, like we say it. Because after all, this episode is sponsored by the No More Boxes movement, where we're not only raising awareness towards this isolation and division that each and every box is creating, we're also doing that in hope that we can raise the consciousness of our planet, being more mindful of how we treat each other and how we're treating ourselves, putting ourselves and others into endless boxes. But here he is, Stephen Foster. Hey, Stephen, welcome to the Changemakers podcast. So good to have you.
Pleasure to be here. Nice to see you again.
Thank you. I am so curious by the whole concept that you created. It is so simple, but so breathtakingly interesting. Can you share with us, why did you start One Golden Nugget?
I started One Golden Nugget because I've been in business for 28 years, and since I was 19, and built some amazing brands and had some really big success, and then kept, every time I built something, I would lose it. So it would manifest, I would create it, and then it would just, it would go. So, by the time you get to your mid-40s, it gets a bit boring. What you want to create is something sustainable and have a great life, rather than, having to do it all again. So clearly I had skills and, creative skills, and, I had something about me. So I thought, I really need to sort this out. So, I believe life's a reflection of the inner self. So I went on a journey of asking people initially, just tell me one thing, that I can improve. Tell me your one golden nugget, a piece of wisdom that you've learned from tough times, and the floodgates opened. Everybody wanted to say their bit, and then what you discover is, we've had nearly 4,500 people send in nuggets now so far, and what you discover from that process is that everyone's been through those experiences, and everyone has overcome many challenges. If they're on a journey of going after their dream. So that was refreshing. So it kind of evolved from that initial, just me asking a few people into an industry now.
Yeah, exactly. So tell us a little bit about the concept, because we're going to your website and taking a look at what you've been doing. Of course, one of the things that I noticed was that you have a box. And me being the one of No More Boxes, which is a different concept, of course, I thought, that's an interesting box of golden nuggets. Tell me a little bit more about that. What is that?
What is a one golden nugget?
That box that you have on, you can buy a one golden nugget box on your website.
The box set. Oh yeah. So when you talk about boxes, I think of a different thing. The one golden nugget box set. Yeah. So we made the first book. And for that, we had 3,500 people apply, and that was people sending in their nuggets. So we made a book, which was the journey of how we built One Golden Nugget, the brand, and then the people we meet along the way, and the signposts they give. And I believe that the life whispers to you. And throughout the process, some of the most incredible people have appeared on that journey of the first book. And, you know, they've kind of shown us the way. And that's what I believe. And so we made the first book, and we put all of that story in there, and then all of the nuggets and the things we learned. And so we created a box set, which is the hardback book, and then a little pocket wisdom, which has got the nuggets in short form, and a beautiful presentation box. I wanted to do something that was a bit more special than just putting a book out there, given it was people's wisdom.
Yeah.
And they're doing really well. So we're on to book 2 at the moment, and we've got sub-books, and we're doing other things. It's turned into a publishing industry of people just telling their story. And we've got some really big CEOs and celebrities and big people in there, but it's not just about that. It's about, everybody can teach you something. So it's the 20-year-old kid that's starting a business that can teach me something that I have no idea about. So everybody can teach you something. So that's the premise of the book, and we attract some amazing people, really do.
Wow. For you personally, when I ask you the question, what are the 1 or 2 golden nuggets that instantly pop up in your mind? Just the moment that I say, tell me a golden nugget, what comes up?
Absolutely. So, and they're always what resonate with us, right? We all see something different in the nuggets and different things. Yeah. But for me, slow is smooth and smooth is fast. That was a nugget we had in from a lady called Alicia Atkins. And the idea that actually to get somewhere that you want to get, is that slow, smooth progress. And, especially in my 20s, I was in such a rush all the time to get everything done, and, I must drive it. And actually that's not the way, these are the gifts that have appeared to me through the book, the lessons, and that one was an eye opener, because I could actually visualize the smoothness of creating something, and then the beauty within that. So you don't build in the flaws, then it doesn't fall apart. So that was one. And then I interviewed a guy called Nick Ogden, who actually invented e-commerce. Tim Berners-Lee invented the internet. Nick Ogden invented e-commerce. He set up a company called WorldPay, and they're worth 45 billion, I think, now. Yeah. And his nugget was, I've got it here. Sorry, the answer is always no, unless you actually ask the question. And that again summed up an image to me that there's just like this sea of no's. No. But there'll always be no unless you dive in and say, actually, look, can you do that for me? Can you help me? The thing. Yeah. Or can I have that? This is I want that. So you've got to ask the question, and that was cool.
That is a really good one. Both of them are really, really good ones.
Yeah, and exactly. Then the third one would be Let It Go, and that was the head of Universal Music gave me that. Let it go, in terms of anything, just let it go. Whatever.
So like surrender.
Yeah, just surrender to the possibilities, and surrender to life, that actually we're not in control of anything. We try and and if you try and direct it again, this is one of my failings in the past. It doesn't work. So you really have to let it go. So they're my 3 top nuggets so far.
I love that. And what I'm feeling when you're saying this is really how we can go from being the human doer into becoming a human being. Yeah. I know I've been the human doer for way too long, and been learning how to become a human being, which this has more slow, smooth, following the flow feeling to it than to do. So,
and accepting what comes up into our experience, total acceptance. Because that's what it is. So trying to force it and trying to fight that mentally, or that's a waste of time. So you've got to accept and love it.
Yeah. You talk about listening to what is being whispered to you. Mm-hmm. What at this moment in time, what is being whispered to you?
Interesting question. I see a vision for where One Golden Nugget's going, and it's absolutely massive. But it's also whispering to me at the moment about being very present. My life has actually gone through a shift majorly over the past 2 or 3 weeks. And so it's constantly whispering me just to slow down and, be in the moment. It's become a very present experience over the last 2 or 3 weeks. And that's kind of nuts.
Love
When you get
that.
really present,
Get really present and being in the moment. Do you know, I often share this, and people find it breathtaking. If you translate the Icelandic word for being perfect or perfect, just the word perfect is fullkomin. And if you translate it directly to English, it means being fully present. So how perfect is that?
Oh, it's incredible. And I'll tell you why I'm being fully present at the moment. I started a detox I think 18 days ago now. So for 30 days, I don't eat. Just literally, I have these food pack things that give you 600 calories a day. Because what it does is, and I do it once a year, and it's become cool in Silicon Valley. But for 30 days, I don't eat. All I do is drink water, and what it does is it completely resets everything. So therefore, you sleep like 5 hours a night, and the energy goes through, and the brain power exceeds to a point.
Wow!
Because the body's not doing anything. It's a complete ease. So therefore, when you're not eating, you have this long day of 24 hours.
Yeah. And
all I do is work. And I'm just having a focused period of 30 days doing that. So I'm on day 19.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a major experience, and it gets a bit weird at times. But I find that doing that once a year, it just resets everything, the immune system and the eating habits, and the body relaxes. And why not,
Yeah, why not? Exactly.
Works for me.
Exactly. It works for you, and it's giving you greater access to yourself. I can hear that. And I can also hear that it's giving you even more clarity of where you want to go with one golden nugget. So in my last question to you, your big picture, you mentioned that you're seeing it more clearly, but are you willing to share with us? What is the big thing?
The big thing is that the nuggets have a power to shift people. So when somebody reads a nugget, it can change the course of their life. And we get emails all the time now from people saying, I read that nugget, and it's like, wow, that made me think about that. So that's an incredibly powerful thing that these nuggets have. So we're just finishing it off now, but we're building the One Golden Nugget universe, which is a network for sharing this wisdom. So you'll be able to set up a business page or a personal page, and actually share wisdom. So it's going to be a network, and it's going to change the world, I believe. And because the inherent negatives that are built into social media, comments and likes and all that sort of stuff, we're not having that. It's just about sharing. So I think people are a little jaded by that business model. And really, when I look on my phone, I want to see something that's in it for me, i.e. what's going to help me improve, what's going to make me better. And so that's what we're doing. So, and we've got some of the world's most amazing people coming on, and it's been born out of the books, and it's been born out of, we're very blessed with One Golden Nugget that I have such a team of mentors that have given us nuggets and then advise us on how they think the business should move and expand. So I have some of the world's best marketers, and we just kind of attracted them to us, and they give their help freely because they believe in the power of sharing wisdom. So it's nuts, to be fair. It really is, the way this business is expanding. But I believe it's if you do something for the good of others, then I think you're onto something, and that's the core of what we do.
Thank you, Stephen. I think I'm totally there with you, and know what it feels like when you do that, when you go on that road and you're doing something that is important for humankind.
Feels great.
It feels great, and it feels very purposeful. And thank you for the change and the gift that you're giving us. They are extremely valuable.
Oh, you're welcome.
Was this podcast of value for you? I sure hope so. If so, feel free to share the love and give us your generous review on iTunes or Stitcher. And remember that you can always go to runemagnus.com to find out more about the Changemakers and how we can help you drive the change you want to see in your world.